I'd always loved to draw and paint, always admired traditional art, but recently I've been more interested in body art. I couldn't stop thinking about tattoos, but before racing out and getting one, I wanted to know, what do people need to consider before getting inked? It was my mission to find out.
I'd have to say that I do not like tattoos. It's something that I feel damages the skin and the body.
I do not have any and I refuse to get any.
Oh really? Why is
Yes.
that?
I don't know, I think my skin's really nice and I wouldn't want to ruin it.
I'd almost figured out my designs, but I felt like an outsider. I wanted to have a deeper look at the impact of tattoos so I knew what I was getting myself into. So I went to speak with some people who have them to discuss a variety of issues surrounding tattooing.
In a nutshell, all tattoos tell something about ourselves and our cultures to others. So they're kinds of communicative symbols, I suppose. The vast majority of, say, psychiatrists, criminologists, have argued that tattooing is a sign of sort of antisocial behaviour, or at least potential antisocial behaviour. The other kind of side of the same coin is to argue that tattooing is a sign of sort of antisocial inclination, but that's a good thing, that their tattoos signify their sort of disaffection with contemporary culture.
Tattoos now have become a lot more widely accepted, I suppose from a visual point of view, where you don't walk down the street, see someone with tattoos and automatically think, you know, they're a lawbreaker.
Well, something that might be appropriate to show in one context may not be appropriate to show in another.
Working in this area, which is a bit conservative, I don't want someone to make a prejudgment on me just because I've got a tattoo. To me, are they accepted in the workplace? I think they should be. You've got to be conscious that there's people out there that don't want to accept it, don't want to see it. So just be conscious of what you're doing with them, I suppose.
You know, there is still some negativity in regards to that. Otherwise, you know, Daryl and myself wouldn't be covering up our tattoos to work.
How do you feel about tattoos? Do you have any?
I don't have any myself, but I don't really feel anything bad against them at all, no.
Would you want to get one ever?
I've considered getting one, but I can't possibly think of anything I'd like to have on my body for my entire life.
Yeah. I still wanted to get to the centre of all of this, but finding a tattoo artist who would agree to letting us film in their parlour was a nightmare. No matter who I spoke to, none seemed interested and they turned me down pretty quickly. Thank you. I had no idea this industry was so strict and secretive. Finally, I found one who was willing to let us in. Wheatley has been tattooing for 4 years and she's told us about her experiences working in a parlour.
My first tattoo I got, which is that one on my arm, that's a tattoo of a sculpture I found in a book, and the lady's got a veil over her head and she's supposed to be sitting on a rock and her arm's chained to the rock. I think like tattooing has become quite mainstream. A lot of my customers are over the age of 40. They're either having a midlife crisis or they just want to do something completely different. They're the ones that can afford tattoos as well.
I guess one of the things that interests me is the role that tattooing plays in sort of shifting ideas about femininity.
I guess I've been stigmatised for being a girl and my work would never be taken seriously. Bosses or people that I've worked for have never seen the potential in my artwork because they were too busy looking at my tits. I've persevered through it because I know that eventually I am going to be respected for my work and I know that I'm a very good tattooist.
You know, tattooed women are treated differently than tattooed men, but also it depends what your tattoos are, where they are, you know.
And it's all people from all walks of life, conservative, you know, just labourers and stuff, so yeah, like everyone, any person seems to be getting it these days.
What I want is, it's like a Japanese Edo style, but the first battle of heaven between Saint Michael and the devil. You got the angel, and then at the from my ass, like fire, fire, and yeah.
So I don't get something with no meaning at all. It's really just something that I like to laugh at. Yeah. Maybe a picture of my dog. That'd be nice.
Oh, that's a shit one. Oh. That was done in jail. That was done in jail. You know it was done in jail.
So it seems that tattoos are becoming more accepted and common, and that there isn't just one type of person who gets them. Even so, there are still people out there who disagree with them. Making this film has taught me about the consequences that come with having a tattoo, but it's also reaffirmed my decision to get one. I can only offer this advice to people in a similar position. Immerse yourself in the inked world, and the decision will come easy.